We will run the forgiveness Olympics, get the gold, only for people who hate you, okay, to double down on their hatreds towards you. Girl, I said I fast forwarded through that because I'm not watching it. Not about to do it. Just not about to do it. Okay? It happens every time. Brynn, so I just finished watching Real Housewives of New York, the reunion part two. Girl, I had to get my thoughts together. Okay. And this may or may not be a rant. Okay. It may or may not be a rant, girl. I can't promise you nothing. Okay. But what I am going to tell you, what I am going to say is I want my right. You understand? Because I've been saying this since last season. Okay. I've been saying this since last season about that heifer Brynn. About that heifer Brynn. I've been saying this about her since last season. I want my right. Okay. Let's get into it. Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Belle. This is the Belle Perspective, and we're here today to talk about the Real Housewives of New York. This is season 15, their reunion part 2. I did watch part 1, but girl, I also even recorded a video. But y'all, I was just like, girl, it was too, girl, it was too much. Okay, I said, oh, the people is not gonna be able to handle this one. So I'm back. I had to refresh, filter down some of the things I wanted to say, but we are here to talk about it. Okay, I'm gonna be as real and as transparent as I can so that I don't get demonetized, but also give you the real. All right, so let's get into it. Now, we picking up where we left off. The angry black woman trope, okay? Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, okay? Get in the comments and like the video. Tell me what you think, y'all. Do them things, okay? All right, anyway, so the angry black woman trope. Let me tell you something, because I wrote, now if y'all already know, I reviewed these group of women last season, okay? And one of my video titles was called Angry Black Woman. Okay. The other one was called Black When It's Convenient. Girl, I've been clocking. Been clocking that heifer Brynn for a very long time. And so the angry black woman trope, in my opinion, has been something that they have been trying to push on Ubah for a very long time. And we'll get into it as well, because even towards the end where they're like, oh, we have to tiptoe around Ubah because we don't know how she's going to feel about certain things. And, she goes off on us. And it's like, girl, maybe that's just the way she communicates things. And Jessel, who had a very excellent point, like, maybe you should just pull her aside if you got a problem, which that's what I do. But we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Okay, so the angry black woman trope. Let me just tell you something. Brynn knows full well about the angry black woman trope, and what she is doing. She sees this dark skinned black woman, okay? And due to the deep seated hatred that she has, let me take it back. Due to the issues that she has as a biracial person in America, she's looking at Ubah and saying, who is this black woman to have this rich man? Who is this black woman to think that she whatever, insert positive adjective here, for her to be whatever she thinks she's supposed to be, or whoever the hell she thinks she is, and I'm not. Okay. And so because of that, right? That's how supremacy works. It's like, I'm seeing what you got and I don't have it, so I'm gonna come over here and take it or ruin it for you. If I can't have it, you can't either. That's how supremacy works. Okay. Um, that's how insidious it is. All right. So she's seeing Ubah, and so she's looking at her like, girl, who the hell? Who did this black bitch? Who does she think she is? Okay. Brynn got the nerve to tell us she identified as a black woman. Girl, on what planet? Girl, first of all, let's be clear. Okay. I'm gonna be clear with this. I think that we need to start looking at the history of why we identify black people as everybody, even folks who are biracial, as black. And I'm not trying to take away from nobody's blackness or anything or black experience. What I'm saying is we need to look at the history of why people who were considered biracial were also black. Okay. If you look back at that history, I don't know if you be just as quick to say, oh, that person is black. Okay. So in my mind, I think we need to have certain criteria, not necessarily your skin color. Okay. Because that doesn't necessarily mean that you identify as black or identify with black culture. I do think that there may be two things, right? Culturally and also phenotypically, yes. Right, phenotypically meaning what you show, how your hair shows up, what your skin looks like, right? Phenotypically, yes, but culturally is two different things. And I'm gonna tell you right now, girl, Miss Brynn, that heifer Brynn, she don't fit neither one, girl. Culturally, you don't show up as no black woman, and phenotypically, you don't either. So I don't know how you fix your mouth to tell Ubah about the angry black woman trope when you're right now in the middle of trying to push her into that trope, okay? Trying to make her look like one by poking the bear at her. And I'm gonna tell you something, that girl got a hard on for Ubah. She took one look at Ubah and has been trying to tear Ubah down from the beginning. Okay, don't get me wrong. Brynn is a heifer, and she fool around with everybody. She fuck around with everybody. She really do. But when I tell you, you hear Ubah's name, girl, she ready to do whatever she can try to do to tear down that black lady. And I just anyway, I'm getting off. Okay, so here go Brynn. They show a clip of her talking about, I want everything. I want Uber to do well. And I just don't want her to, I want Oliver to want to marry her. And, I want her to marry Oliver. And I want Oliver to want her, but he's not going to want her if she's acting like this. Fuck do you? Who are you to tell anybody about their man? Girl, what are you talking about? Huh? Who are you to say that this woman can't be her true self in all forms and fashion, and that the only way that she would even be desirable is she conforms? Girl, that's what you have been taught that's what you taught yourself. If you conform and talk like this and act like that and do this, that's the only way that you can be desirable. Girl, that's not her problem, that's yours. It's yours on. That's yours, not hers on. Okay. That's her, that's you. Okay. Anyway, so then we talk about Erin. Erin is going to get the fair treatment, not Ubah. If Ubah, which we already know, again, Ubah is a dark skinned black woman. Erin, don't act brand new, because if you knew that in the confessional that what Brynn was trying to tell Ubah was about the angry black woman trope, if you knew that was out of bounds, you knew what the fuck the people mean. Girl, please, Erin, we know you identify as a white woman, okay? And we know that you probably is part of the 64% of the people that voted this foolishness into the administration to line your pockets. You give that, Erin. Let's be for real. Okay. Erin, you definitely give that. You put dump back in the damn White House. You give that. You do, Erin. Be for real. Okay. So anyway, here go Brynn with the fake tears. Girl, I don't give a damn. I'm with Sai. Okay. One thing that was really pissing me off about this entire episode, I'm sick and tired of black women being expected to forgive and move on. We are not required to forgive a thing. Do you hear what I am saying to you? We are not required to forgive. We're not required to forget. We are not required to go high. Quiet as it's kept, you go low, bitch. I'm taking it to motherfucking hell. Do you hear what I am saying to you? Because I need to send a clear message that you will not ever in your fucking life try me like that again. And that's why I was pissed off at Uber. But let's get into it. Girl, Uber did tag her. I was like, go ahead, Uber. That was classy. That was classy. She said, you know what I love about my man? My man, my man, my man. I love about my man. The fact that I'm able to be whatever the fuck I want to be. Girl, I get up at 11 o'clock, girl. Bitch. I get up at 11 o'clock, girl. I do not be worried about a motherfucking thing. You hear what I'm saying? My man got everything together. All right. He got breakfast down there for me, girl. He made me tea, girl. He do all the things I need him to do. And girl, I can be myself. Oh, I don't have to sit up here and act like this. And like a child. And girl, I don't gotta chase behind no man to give me his jizz, girl. I don't gotta do all that. That's on you. But quiet as it's kept, I don't believe Brynn. I think she lying about the whole Gideon thing, girl. I think she just used him for a storyline. And girl's giving Walter, but girl, that's none of our business, girl. We're gonna move along. That's not what we're talking about. Okay, that's what we came here today to talk about. Okay. So she said, girl, I don't give a fuck about none of that, girl. You can talk about what you want to, but I pray to God that you get you a little Oliver, girl. You may not. But girl, if you ever do get one, girl, I hope it's an Oliver girl. Okay. I said, I know that's motherfucking right. Come on. She said, Brynn was like, I understand how hard it is to be a black woman because I identify as a black woman. Girl, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, you do not identify as a black woman. Ain't nothing about you that says black. Okay. And I'm not talking about just the way you show up phenotypically, culturally, and all. Girl, you do not show up as no black woman. Stop playing. Your friends are white. Girl, the way you talk, white. Girl, there's nothing about you, girl. Okay. You don't even let, yeah, you might let black people do your hair here and there, but we are so accepting of folks, girl. We don't, girl, you probably, let me hush. I ain't gonna say nothing else. But girl, Brynn, stop. You are not a black woman. You are a white woman. You are. And it's okay. Just because you got black ancestry, that don't mean you a black person. Okay? It really doesn't. And I'm sick and tired of people putting that on black. You're not gonna, no, you're not gonna, I'm a black person. No, you're not. Okay, you're not. Period. All right. So Ubah was like, it's not, I love being black. Everything for free. And I said, you know what, Ubah, this is where I need you to shut the fuck up. Because shout out to all of the diaspora, okay? All my people in the Caribbean, girl. Everybody over in Africa, all of the folks in the diaspora, girl. Okay. Sometimes there is a, I don't want to say issue, but sometimes there's a little bit of a rift, okay, between my folks within the diaspora, okay, and folks here in America, okay. And so Uber made that problematic ass statement, probably not really realizing what it means, just saying because again her English isn't that great. But I met a woman who is from Africa years ago, and she told me that when she was growing up in Africa, like directly off from the motherland. I don't remember where she was from, like Nigeria. I don't remember exactly where she was from, but she said that she grew up thinking that Black Americans were lazy and all this other, all the tropes that they tell you about Black Americans before you get your ass over here, right? She said she learned from learning history, from learning how we came to be, that all of that shit was a lie, and that Black Americans are the most resilient, smartest, educated, all the things, right? She felt terrible because she didn't realize it. Okay. So I want to say that some of the things that Uber was saying was just problematic just because she does not share the Black American experience. And I don't want to, we not doing no diaspora wars in this motherfucker. We not doing, because all I melon, girl, you come from me, I come from you, girl. We here. Okay. I'm not doing all that. But what I am saying is that was a problematic, ignorant ass statement that Uber made. She needs to shut the fuck up. Okay. I hope somebody go over there and educate sister, because ma'am, hush. Shh. Black people, I get it for free. Girl, shut your ass up. Okay. Please be quiet. Anyway, let's move along. So Brynn apologizes. Uber accepts it. Again, in my mind, I said you need to drag this to hell. But I guess Uber wants to, accept her apology. I forgive you. I forgive you for what you said. I forgive you. It's not a problem, girl. I forgive you for trying to say that I was being an angry Black woman and Oliver wouldn't. Girl, I was just like, Uber, you mean to tell me this lady sat up here and was lying? She was gonna try to tell you that what she said wasn't really what she said. And if people didn't hold her feet to the fire, if Andy didn't hold her feet to the fire, girl, she would have kept lying to you in your face. But you want to go high for whatever reason. Okay. Oh, okay. Mm, okay. So let's move on. They go to break. Everybody feeling bad for Brynn, except for Sai. I was Sai only in this moment. Okay. I was Sai. Bitch, I don't feel bad for her. She turned on the waterworks like nothing. You hear what I'm saying? She get to crying, and then be like, "Don't talk to me." Oh, okay. You was just crying a second ago. Okay. So they all huddled around Brynn on her own, trying to help her scurry away like the rat she is. Okay. And they talking cash money shit about her. Oh my God, I feel bad for her. Oh my God, she just put that. Da, 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 da. Jenna was like, well, should somebody say something to her? No. But Jenna's like, I'm going to go over there and talk to her anyway. Okay. So Jenna's talking to Brynn. Brynn is saying she feels empty inside and that she just feels so bad and that she wants to just hug Ubah. I said, that is your guilt. Okay. Your lying, narcissistic, psychopathic behavior has been exposed. And now you're just trying to look for any type of way to be let off the hook. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. Because guess what? Later on, we didn't find out. Okay. She went and decided that she was going to double down on the fact that Uba actually said what she said. I think it was in a Rolling Stone magazine. I said, girl, see, that's what I'm talking about, right? You double down on that shit because you knew at the time, or you at the reunion, you apologize and whatever. Girl, you double down on it because you don't give a damn, right? You're going to try to elevate at the expense of Black women, or at the expense of Black people, however you can. Again, because that's how your supremacy works. All right. Anyway, so um That's Jenna talking to Brynn, telling her she feel a bit dead inside and want Ubah to let her off the hook, basically. All right. And then Ubah is talking about Erin, or talking to Erin and feeling bad for her. I'm sorry, Ubah's talking to Erin about Brynn feeling bad about the whole situation about the sexual assault. Okay. Now, I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. I don't want to get into it. If it happened to her, I would hate for her to be lying about it. But it's hard. It's very hard. I'm not even gonna hold you, y'all. It's very hard for me to believe. Maybe that's part of me, part of the bias that I have, that I'm trying to, shed, right? Believe women. But it's very hard seeing that she has lied about so many other things. But it also leads me to believe that this probably isn't the first, or the only, or this probably isn't the first time that she's experienced that abuse in that type of way. She gives that she's experienced it even as a child. Okay, I'm not trying to put nothing on her that don't go, but the way her personality is set up, it gives that she's experienced those types of things. Anyway, let's move along. Okay, Rebecca get here, girl. Why the hell Rebecca walk in the door looking like exactly how she looked on the stage? So she got on the stage. I said, girl, she looked exactly how she did when she walked in the door, girl. She ain't do nothing. Girl, just woke up out the bed, girl, put a little water and a little mousse on her head and sat on the stage. I said, oh, girl, that's how Rebecca was. Just throw it away, girl. I was like, why did we even talk to Rebecca, girl? We know she ain't coming back. Why does this kept? A lot of them could go. Brynn can certainly go. That heifer is dangerous as hell. Okay. So anyway, let's move along. So she get on the stage and we talking about going to Nordstrom Rack. Oh, you call me sis? I was like, you're not a sis. Oh my God. Ew, shut your ass up. Okay. So they get to going back and forth and back. Erin, per usual, trying to say, you didn't reach out to me when you found out about my dad. You didn't reach out to me. Erin always wants somebody to reach out to her. Girl, did you reach out to them? And maybe if you were incapacitated and couldn't reach out to them after the whole situation with your daddy, maybe they got something going on too, girl. Calling Rebecca self-absorbed. I said, girl, the person who's begging for somebody to check on them, girl, you sound very much self-absorbed. Do you know what's going on in her life? Was over this conversation. Girl, I don't give a fuck about this, girl. They talking about how Becky is boring. Girl, yes, she is boring. So is this segment. Let's move along, okay? Then we get into the whole Jewish and Scientology thing. She said that was a bigoted statement about saying that Scientology is a cult. Girl, okay. Why are you so secretive about it, girl? I don't know. That's her business. I personally don't care. All right. Now, I do agree with Rebecca. She said that I just feel like everybody was poking at me. Nobody tried to get to know me. They just really wanted to try to, take me there and get me upset and angry and all this other stuff. I do agree. Okay. Feel like they was trying to poke her. And they were absolutely correct. Brynn was tell her certain things, try to say little mean little things to try to get the lady to speak and, shade her back. And she was like, well, you were supposed to say this back to me. And it was like, girl, maybe that's not how she rolled. Leave that lady alone. And so I was like, that's being pre-produced. And she's right. Brynn, that's exactly what your ass have been doing this entire motherfucking season. Trying to poke the bear to try to see if you can get a reaction from people, right? Ugh, Brynn, I'm over her. I hope I never see her again. Girl, if I never see her again, it'd be too soon. Okay. Now we get to the Puerto Rican. We dismiss Rebecca. Bye, girl. Okay. Puerto Rico and the beach. What I'm going to say is that I feel Ubah. I do, girl. If it's nasty, girl, it's nasty, girl. It's nasty. I ain't touching it. I ain't getting in that water. But Uber really should have kept that to herself. Okay. She should have. Now we get into the whole, people are worried about saying anything to you. We get anxiety. We don't know how Uber's gonna be set off and da 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 da. What I will say, and I brought this with me real quick. I'm not gonna preach to you, girl. I know you don't got time, but let me tell you about this book here, Post Traumatic Slave Syndrome. I'm reading it, and when I tell you it's setting me free, it's setting me free. There are things culturally that Black people, especially African descendants, okay, African descendants, we culturally have shared pieces about ourselves. Some things that are so deep in our psyche that we don't even realize. And so part of our culture is to be real, be honest, say it out loud. We don't really do all that frilly frou talking around behind your back and shit. We don't do that, girl. If something stank, girl, we gonna say it, okay? If we don't like something, we just gonna say, girl, I don't like that shit, girl. Ooh, okay, girl. If you like it, I love it, girl. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really African descendants, we really handle things a different way. And the way, in my opinion, that they were trying to come at Uber, like, oh my God, you went off about the girl. had it been, and I'm not saying this goes for all of us, so don't get in my goddamn comments. I'm a black person and I would have kept that to myself. Yeah. Okay. And you're right. You're right. It probably wasn't the nicest thing to say. But you know who Ubah is, okay? Ubah is gonna tell you how she feel, okay? And I'm with Jessel. If you got an issue with the girl, pull her to the side. Raquel to my, I don't agree with that. I need to address it right here and there. Well, okay, well then if you're going to come to her with a problem that you have, don't you think it might be better to approach her in the way that she can handle it better? You know what I'm saying? Like it's better to communicate in a way that they are able to receive versus how you're able to receive. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I was just looking at Raquel like, girl, gone, girl. Because what y'all are trying to do is push that whole angry black woman trope on her. Okay. Which again was what Brynn was able to do, and which Brynn was able to push onto y'all, right? Or not even push on y'all. That's what actually unlocked the, oh my God, I can't believe Ubah would do that. You had already had that angry black woman trope in your head about her in the first place. So for Brandon come and be like, oh, she said this about me and I've experienced SA, that's the only reason why this whole thing was able to get legs in the first place, because y'all automatically assigned her as the angry black woman who flies off the handle and says anything. It's the only reason why this shit even was able to be take legs. Okay. So anyway, let's move along. So again, shout out to Jessel. Okay. She was like, just pull Uber aside. That's what I do. Yes. And that's what you do, girl. I ain't really like when you did this. I kind of hurt my feelings. Da 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 da. Whoop de whoop de whoop. It'd have been easy peasy. Okay. Now don't get me wrong. Uber be saying all kind of crazy stuff. But girl, again, culturally, a lot of times that's part of African culture. And it comes and it feeds over into Black American culture too. Sometimes people just be saying, we don't really be with all that dilly dally bullshit. We say what it is. For the most part, especially around other Black people. Okay, so let's move along. Now we get into Erin talking shit. Girl, Erin, Sai, and Brynn, they're different, they're varying degrees of each other. Okay. Erin is the worst, most severe case of the bullshit. But Erin and Sai, girl, y'all some kin. Y'all right in the same. Y'all look right around in that same, okay? Anyway, so we get to the whole sleeping with somebody to get a job. In my personal opinion, Ubah telling Brynn that you slept with somebody to get a job has no correlation or relation to SA. Cite me, okay? Has no correlation. It doesn't. No correlation. Not to be insensitive at all. I would never want anyone to experience anything like that in their life. And I hope Brynn is getting some help because it's a very hard thing to deal with. I can't even imagine. Okay. But they have no correlation. And the whole Jeff Lewis thing, oh, he don't know where she worked. Bitch, we don't know where she worked. Quiet as it's kept on the last reunion part one, side point blank asked her, what do you do? Brynn had an opportunity to tell us what you do for a living. Girl, nothing. Girl, crickets. Girl, what do you do for a living, love? We don't know. We don't know what Sai does for a living. Okay. We don't know. Right. And was it good and nice for Ubah to say? No. But girl, they was in an argument. That's what you do. Draw blood. Okay. If that's Brynn always talking about, oh, when you argue with me, you gotta, what is it? She said, I'm CO2, I'm carbon monoxide. I'll come for you. Da 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 da. Well, girl, here it is. And now you can't take it. Okay. She wanted to win the argument, so she said what she said, paired them two together so that everybody can be mad at Ubah. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you how. And I know how you I can't believe I was. I'm already reading the comments in the comment section right now, but let me tell you why. For comment side, and you check me if I'm wrong, okay? I'm reaching over to Salt Lake City real quick so I can make a point. All right. What's that heifer name? That heifer that was over that line. And I knew her ass was lying, even in the damn comment section. Or in my review. Bronwyn, the other B. Okay, Bronwyn was upset with Lisa because Lisa did not respond to her in the way that she wanted her to respond after she had talked about being cheated on by Father Todd. Okay. She said, Lisa didn't comfort me. She didn't come out. She didn't, swarm around me. And I said, that is a sign of emotional manipulation. She said this story so that you could come to her and try to take her side so that you could rally up against her so she could feel loved, comforted, and supported because her ass don't feel like that. Okay. Bringing it here to New York. That's exactly what the fuck Brand did. Everybody, it was a one-on-one sparring match between Brynn and Ubah. Ubah was tagging that ass. Okay. Brynn, Ubah was tagging that ass. Brynn decided, okay, I can't win this argument. I'm not winning. Let me go ahead and try to see what I could do to rally up the troops to get everybody on my side. What can I do? I'm gonna reach in my raggedy ass bag. I'm gonna pull this shit out and I'm gonna throw it up on Ubah and let's see what happens. That's exactly what the fuck happened. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So then, right? So then there's this whole situation where Ubah's getting mad. Bitch, you didn't tell me nothing about none of that shit. Which again, in my mind, there is no correlation. There is no correlation. But what Brynn wanted, she expected everybody to take legs. See that Ubah was supposed to be the person that's out of control. She say any old thing. She say whatever, whatever, whatever. So yeah, I'm pretty sure she said something like that and knew damn well that Brynn experienced that. It's so awful. I can't believe. What the fuck that got to do with anything? Okay. So then when they go back and they had the conversation with Brynn was like, maybe she didn't catch it. In the reunion, she talking about something. I didn't say it like that. I said in her defense. She was like, no, bitch, you did not. All of the girls was like, no, you didn't. You were just like, oh no, maybe she just didn't catch it. Brynn, please. Okay. What was pissing me off is the fact that Ubah decided she was gonna get up and hug that lady. Said, we will get the gold in the forgiveness Olympics. Do you understand? Get the gold in the forgiveness Olympics only for the motherfuckers to turn around and double down on us again. Cause that's what the fuck she did in that Rolling Stone article. Free time. Brynn started crying, telling everybody that she was like, I was talking to Ubah. She called me. I was crying. I was telling her about all this other stuff. A family member bought a pow pow. She running down to go try to get it. I don't know what that got to do with anything. She said she blurted everything out, you know, whatever, whatever, whatever. I personally, after the whole forgiveness Olympics, and everybody started kind of getting in on her, on Brynn, telling her what she was saying didn't make sense. And she was like, y'all act like I just got up the very next day and just acted like everything was fine. You actually did. You actually did. Hey, everybody, what's going on? How you doing? Laying on the couch with the producing team. Girl, like everything was fine. Acting like everything was fine, Brynn. After you just accused this lady of knowing something, which again, there is no correlation. But what you're hoping for is for them to be on that. This is a black woman who don't know how to control how she talks. She just say whatever, whatever, whatever. And okay, because and then let me just get back to what I was talking about when it comes to Bronwyn, because I completely forgot. Y'all know how I get sidetracked. At the reunion, on the reunion stage, her complaint to the people, this is how I know it was emotional manipulation. She's saying, you guys didn't come to my defense. You guys didn't even care. You weren't worried about me. You didn't say anything to me about anything. You guys didn't even defend me. You didn't even say after I told you guys, why didn't you guys even come to me and say anything and, make me feel better? This is what I really wanted. She said all that just to get y'all on her side because Ubah was eating her ass up. And because she wanted y'all to give her an emotional reaction that she has so desperately been wanting. And Ubah, in her rush, in her haste to give in the forgiveness Olympics, oh, turn the TV off. Girl, I said, Ubah, don't play with me. I'm not for play. Don't play with me. So you gonna let this lady sit up here and emotionally manipulate y'all? Because why the hell she worried about what the fuck y'all reacting to what? Why is she worried about your reaction to what she just said? Her worry was why did you not react to what she needed you to react to? Why did you not respond to her in the way that she needed you to respond? She needed you to rally around her and dog Ubah out. She needed you to rally around her and be like, oh my God, Ubah is a terrible person and we really love you, Brynn, and we're here for you forever and always. Girl, I'm done. I'm done. If you don't listen to nothing else, get this book, Post Traumatic Slave Syndrome, girl. When I tell you, I'm being set free. Just walk. I'm like, there are so many cultural things. It's by psychologist, psychoanalyst, Dr. Joy DeGruy, I think is how you pronounce her name. When I tell you the lady know what she's talking about, I was like, oh my God. Like in corporate America, why am I like this and they're like that? Why? And they can operate like this, and I'm like that. I can't even do this. So what are y'all? Girl, it's setting me free, girl. I hope it set you free too, girl. And I hope to God y'all give up that forgiveness Olympics, girl, because it ain't gonna help you. It ain't gonna help you. I'm just telling you, it ain't. Anyway, y'all get in the comments. Get in the comments, tell me what y'all think about the episode. Don't forget to like this video before you leave. Check me out on the Whether You Like It or Not panel edition, Beverly Hills edition tonight at I believe 7 o'clock Eastern time. Ooh, girl. Ooh, yeah. All right, I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care. I'm talking late night for you. Let me lay a great time on you. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill.